The comments came as the UN performs an inquiry into poverty and austerity in the UK. Previously, some politicians, such as former Housing Minister Kris Hopkins, have criticised the UN investigations, accusing them of being discredited and partisan. Now the UN has published the names of politicians it says have undermined their work. One of the names on their list was Mrs. May. The world body attacked the Prime Minister over her criticism of lawyers that tried to pursue military veterans. They argued her actions undermined their previous investigations. The UN said in an outline statement, "Unfortunately, several recent visits to the UK by UN special rapporteurs have been marred by misleading, hostile and occasionally racist reportage. At times, this reporting appears to have been encouraged by MPs and on occasion government ministers." The UN said that Theresa May has undermined their work. Image, Getty. Theresa May speaks at the UN. Image, Getty. I think the UK is at a crossroads, partly because of Brexit, and partly because of the comments made by the Prime Minister and the Chancellor in terms of austerity being over. Philip Alston, UN Special Rapporteur for Poverty and Human Rights. Philip Alston will visit some of the poorest towns in the UK as well as multiple charities, MPs, and community groups over the next fortnight. He will gather evidence and write a report before he leaves the country later this month. Mr. Alston said, "I think the UK is at a crossroads, partly because of Brexit, and partly because of the comments made by the Prime Minister and the Chancellor in terms of austerity being over. My hope is that there is a real possibility for a dialogue about future policy direction." Philip Alston hopes for future dialogue. Image, Getty. Today, Mr. Alston will be in Cardiff and Bristol where he will meet with the Local Government and Communities Committee, Minister for Housing and Regeneration and people who have been affected by rural poverty. The UN officials' findings are expected later this month. The Prime Minister has not released any statement yet in response to the Special Rapporteur's claims.